Hello everybody, welcome back to Friends Green Porsche Prep Book. The eagle-eyed of you will recognise that car there. It is the as-new Porsche 997 that we did a few episodes ago that came over from Ireland. It's back. We mentioned, I think, that we might do a second part video to this car. It's all done. I'm going to quickly run you through. We're not going to show the work being done because it's completed. It's getting picked up first thing in the morning. But I'm going to run you through the bits and pieces. So straight off the back then, the most obvious difference, can you tell from that picture there that we're looking at what's been done to the car? You called for it in the comments to the last video. Go and watch it if you haven't already watched it. And I spoke about it with the customer when we were discussing options and plans with the car when he first dropped it off. It's now sitting about 20 millimeters lower. So the customer and I discussed when we first met, what suspension options do you want to go for? And he said, I just want it standard, I want it to be comfortable and compliant. So we fitted an absolutely standard, like for like, out the factory suspension. And he's since decided to go for the option that I gave him, which was the IBAC Sport Springs, which are about 20 millimeters lower and don't make the ride too harsh. So there we are, that's where it's sitting now. What do you think? I think that sits absolutely perfect. You may find that the rear just settles a little bit as the car's used a bit, which springs do often do, particularly the rears, because the rears, when you have them on the workbench in front of you in your hand, they're very firm because you think you've got all the weight of that engine in there, so they need to be a firm spring, particularly in the rear. So there we go. Moving on, there are a couple of little snags with the car when he got it back. One, I won't show you, but in the driver's side rear, it's getting very wet. Now, we didn't know that because the car had been in a garage having the engine rebuilt. But yeah, he started using it. It got very wet in the rear. We found the sunroof drain. You've got 4 drains, one in each corner of the sunroof. And the offside rear running down this pillar here was partially broken. And therefore it was running down the rear quarter interior panel and then just saturating the interior. So we've replaced that drain for him. He got a bit of a coolant leak from the engine, which we found to be, we actually diagnosed on FaceTime with him, that little hose there that we call, well, we literally describe it as it is, the small 90-degree hose at the offside rear underside of the engine. So there it is, we replaced that for him. That's it for the snags. Other cosmetics. Set of new wheel centre caps that are a pretty good match. They're from Porsche. So from factory, you couldn't get a set of grey centre caps for your 997. But if you ask Porsche for a Techquipment 4-pack from a 991, you will get, I've just given something away coming in here, a box like that. Right, we may as well move on to the bit I've just given away. The interior. Just look at that. So we have had all 4 seats completely refurbished, every single panel on the seat renewed, and the job that he's done is absolutely immaculate, better than factory. Look at that stitching. The centre panels is like a retro Golf GTI material. Try and get a close up. Now, if you've watched our channel, we did a car, I don't know, it must be a year ago now. It was an Atlas Grey Carrera 4S. And we did absolutely everything on that car as well. And that car had this same material. So he took inspiration from that. And I think it just suits the car absolutely perfectly. So good choice. Rears were done as well. And all the rear of the seat panels, just as new. We stripped out the seat belts and did them in this royal blue that he chose. We offer all different colours. Usually people go for Guards Red, but he's gone for the blue, which again I think's a really good in keeping colour. We've had the handbrake lever retrimmed in just standard smooth leather, and then again the kind of silver grey stitching. Same with the gear gaiter there. And then the steering wheel, we've had done the same, but for the side sections, which we had done in this perforated sports leather, which is very popular. We're doing lots and lots of these. Right, next. If you remember, he'd had the PCCM Plus fitted by the Porsche main dealer, and they'd made a mess of the microphone, which we sorted for him. But what we've now mastered, and we're fitting lots and lots of... Oh, it's just stalled. Is a reverse camera. So there you go. If you watched our episode from about, I don't know, 10 months ago, it was December, we're now October. We noticed that little symbol coming up for the reverse camera. We've now mastered that. So if you want a reverse camera, we can do that for you. Actually, a lot of people ask, what does it look like at the rear of the car? Well, there you go, you wouldn't even notice. It sits just there between the number plate lights. So yeah, we're having lots and lots of people come back now that we fit their PCCM to, and we're fitting the reverse camera. Next, if you remember from the video we did in this car, I spoke about the numeric shifter. Well, he's changed his mind on that as well and taken my advice, and we've fitted the 997 GT3 shifter, the genuine Porsche part. So that shift isn't as short as it was now. The numeric one, I'll show you it actually. There you go, there it is. It's a lovely built thing, but I don't know, for a road car, I just prefer that genuine Porsche 993 GT3 shifter. Like I say, it's very well engineered. One last thing I've just forgotten about is we stripped out this piece of trim here and had it refurbished at the body shop in Arctic Silver. So that would have been the same sort of material as like these bits on the interior, and it was just scratched and scraped. So that looks lots better. I think that's it. Let me have a look at the job sheet. Oh, we've also, so there was one more snag. The battery was draining on him in about 10 days, and we found there to be some aftermarket Nokia phone unit which was draining the battery. So we've removed that from the car and we fitted a new Bosch battery. We also took the headlights out and had those refurbished by our body shop. So they're rubbed down to bare plastic, recoated in a new heavy duty UV resistant lacquer, and then polished back up. So I always say to customers, they come up 95% as good as new. And lastly, keep saying lastly, there was aftermarket LED lights fitted to the interior, and they were just flickering, so we've just fitted some standard halogen lights to there for him. That's it from me then. Thank you very much for watching. The car is getting picked up by its owner first thing tomorrow morning at about 8 o'clock. He's coming over from Ireland, and then he's got to drive down, I forget which dock he's going to, and taking it back over there. Hopefully, for his sake, he won't be back again as soon. If you're interested in having any of these upgrades done to your car, please get in touch. Our website is www.friendsgreenporsche.com, and you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook at friendsgreenporsche. Okay, see you in the next one.